Alright, so this is going to be a video about Android N and the app drawer. We all know Android's had the app drawer for a very long time, but it actually may be going away and likely to go away in Android 7.0, and at this point it's just known as Android N. We don't have a um, official name yet because later this summer we're probably going to get it, but it's kind of likely that we will. We've seen picture. It was actually a picture of a Google Maps video, and it showed a Android Google Now launcher. It seems to be home screen without an app drawer icon in the dock at the bottom. And Android has had the app drawer for a very long time. I use the app drawer. I think it's very helpful, but yes, they're actually saying it's kind of difficult for people to use. I kind of disagree with that because not as many people would probably use Android phones, and the app drawer really is kind of like a start menu. Honestly, it where you put all your apps, and the home screens are kind of a desktop to put most of your apps that you would rather use. Many people dislike that about iOS, and they're basically turning it into iOS. Just because and another thing is, if it's gone from stock Android, that doesn't mean it will be gone from the um, manufacturer skins, and many of the skins may still have it, but if it is likely that they will get rid of it. The LG G5, which just was announced a couple days ago, I should have made a video about it, but I really couldn't, didn't really care for that phone that much. The modular design with the slide-in battery is pretty cool, but they got rid of a lot of stuff. They made the screen smaller. They got rid of the dual window. They got rid of a lot of things on the phone, and they even got rid of the app drawer on that, which that's probably a reason why I'm not going to upgrade to that. But with the new with the Galaxy S7, they have an app drawer, but there is an option to get rid of the app drawer, and there's actually a voting system to see in the settings app to see if you prefer having it or if you don't want it. They're actually saying it's for some users it's difficult. They did research, and it's difficult for some users to have an app drawer. They'd rather have all the apps on the home screen. Maybe there could be like an easy mode, and that could be where all the apps are on the home screen, but I honestly don't see how it's that difficult, to be honest. The app drawer, I think it's very helpful, and I honestly don't want to have every single app on my home screen. I'd probably end up, because honestly, I'll keep about two home screens full of apps, and those are my most used apps. And whenever I want to see uh, all my apps alphabetically, then I'll go into the app drawer. And Google is not really the most happy with their app drawer at the moment. That's why they did change it to a vertical scrolling, the vertical one, and then the horizontal one that they used to have. I actually like the left and right ones, just like the home screen, which you can definitely change it, but what do I have to say? Just because it is gone does not mean it's gonna be gone from Android entirely. You can get launchers and all, but it still kind of sucks. And it is rumored that um, what is it? HTC, they had a phone that does not have one. Samsung's giving you the option to get rid of it, and LG doesn't have it at all. So it really does feel that they're getting rid of it in the future. And what it would suck for people that are used to the app drawer not having it. It would really be very confusing. I mean, going on, what was it? Going on to Android 7.0. If someone had a 6.0 phone right now and they upgrade to 7.0 and all their shit appeared on the home screen, I would be pretty confused with that. And you're not going to have a remove from home screen. It's just going to be straight uninstall. And the reason why I think iOS devices don't need an app drawer is because the way iOS works. iOS devices, they have all the icons are the same shape, same size, and you cannot, they don't have to be aligned to a grid. You can move them in, or they do have to be aligned to a grid, so I can't have them in any order. So they're all tight, they're all together no matter what. You can't have one app at the very bottom of the screen and a blank row above it like you can on Android. You can't with iOS. So that's why I think not having an app drawer works on the iPhone, because the home screen basically is an app drawer on there. But Android, it gives you so much more customization with the app drawer. And also, if you want multiple of the same app on your home screen, like I have a calculator app on my home screen, but I also have a folder called school where I put like apps that help me with school and whatever, and there's also a calculator in there. So if you use multiple of the same app on on your home screens, well, you can't do that anymore. I honestly think maybe there should be a Google Basic Launcher, a Google Now Basic Launcher that doesn't have it, or something kind of like Samsung has their easy mode. Maybe they could do something like that, but I don't know. On the what is it called? The widgets as well. I believe they're going to be pretty pointless, to be honest, because people are saying iPhone should get widgets on the home screen. I kind of disagree with that, because on Android, normally I'll put a widget on a screen where I don't want anything else on there, and then it's just, imagine Android 7.0. If you didn't have the app drawer on there, it honestly, all your apps would show up on the home screen every time you install them, and they actually do have options for that, for them to show up on the home screen. But the majority of people I know use the app drawer for the majority of people I know use the app drawer over home screen shortcuts, and they do like a minimalistic home screen. I myself use about 5 home screens or so. Actually, 4 home screens. One just has a widget. A couple of my most used apps. Another one's all widgets, and the two ones after that are my most used apps. And then every other app I have is in the app drawer. So I honestly, if I upgrade to Android 7.0, I'd end up having much more home screens, and you won't be able to remove home screens anymore. You may be able to reposition them, but if you wanna um get rid of a home screen, let's say you only want 2 home screens, well, in the new version all your stuff will appear on the home screen. So if this I hope hopefully, if they're seeing all the negative feedback they're getting, they'll change that back to the way it is, or have it as an option and not the default option. Maybe have it as like a setting, like an easy mode or whatever. But I don't know, many people are pissed off with the G5 about it, and myself included. I really don't want it to go away. What are your thoughts? Do you want the app drawer to go away on the next version of Android, and would you be fine if it went away? um, I personally would. I personally wouldn't like it, but I'd probably end up using a launcher anyway. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.